Just one quick question. So now Tech Mahindra, you said they bid for 58 rupees per share. So was the valuation fair according to you? Like about 58 per share, what was going on in your mind and as far as numbers were concerned?
Actually, it was the best Satyam could have expected.
Okay.
Let me put it slightly differently. Again, this has no backing. It's my gut feeling. According to me, Satyam shares, in terms of asset value and all that, was 150 rupees.
Per share?
My value,
your value.
the value I can attribute to Satyam at that given point in time was 150 rupees.
Okay.
But there were so many claims, things in litigation and all, which would have robbed 50 rupees. See, any strategic investor who is taking should set apart 50 rupees for that.
Okay.
And similarly, for all the other turmoil of cleaning up the past baggage, unproductive work, business, if you are able to concentrate from day one and run the business, you will not be spending so much of man hours, time, effort on cleaning up past baggage. But here it is required. So for all that, I would say another 30, 40 rupees you have to set apart. So effectively it could have been 60 or 70 rupees. If you remove that 50 plus 30, 80 from 150, it comes to 70.
Yeah.
Maybe if L&T was 55 rupees, Techem was 58 rupees, and there was rebidding, I'm sure one of them would have gone up to 70. Or Mahindra was mentally prepared for 65, 70. If need be, they kept that cushion and submitted 58. It clicked there itself. But let me tell you, hats off to Mr. Anand Mahindra, because I think his statesmanship, patriotism was very instrumental in Mahindra Group plunging into the bidding process. And in a way, it is good that Tech Mahindra ultimately succeeded, because the Satyam could scale up with all its divergent verticals, which Tech Mahindra did not have, only complemented the synergy. So today, if you look back, the employee size is 150,000.
Wow.
And the number of countries in which operations are going on is 105 countries. And top line has grown 3 times.
What is the top line now?
30,000 crores.
Wow.
So on those lines. So therefore, on all frontiers, the scaling up has happened and all that. And in between there was splitting of shares, then bonus was given, and dividend declaration is consistent even during COVID period, year after year. So, and now the market price of shares is about 1,200 plus. All that, investors have redeemed. Those who had faith, they were not disappointed.
Your life is the perfect example of the phrase, the first 25 years are for learning, next 25 are for earning, and the last 25 are for returning. So
yes,
I think it sums it up very well.
Very true.
The Feb, March, April crisis, which was there, the Satyam scandal part, so we've discussed everything about that, but just according to you, what would be your most challenging experience or the most challenging part in the entire 3 months for you?
Yeah. Actually, see, the employees were the worst affected lot. So, for example, when the confession letter was revealed, the whole dynamics around employees changed. For example, in Europe, where employees were sleeping in the hotel room early morning hours, the hotel called them and said, your credit cards have been deactivated, so either you have to pay or check out, exit in that freezing cold.
Very scary.
Yeah, scary. And back in Hyderabad, Satyam employees were premium customers wherever they visited. They used to be given red carpet welcome, even in restaurants, everywhere. But that changed. In fact, Satyam employees themselves were not happy to disclose they are employees of Satyam. That was the gloomy scenario that erupted. In fact, you will be surprised to know they were not sure of the employment. They were not sure whether the checks given for automobile loan, housing loan will get honored. And their entire savings, some of them, what they have earned in terms of few crores of rupees, were invested in ESOPs of Satyam, which were not worth the paper on which it was printed. Suddenly it looked so gloomy. And some of the families needed money for some higher education in the family, son or daughter, marriage. So they were wondering where from they are going to mobilize the funds because of this ESOP. Otherwise they could have sold the ESOPs. And in close quarters, where finance department guys were summoned and their names were flashing in newspaper left, right and center, some of the neighbors instructed their children not to play with the children of Satyam employees. And in a social function, when this guy walks in, people gave way, not because he is a VIP, because nobody wanted to greet him or make others know that he is known to them. Distance was maintained as if he is untouchable. All these things. And one guy told me, I hope the alliance I have fixed up goes through smoothly for my daughter. Of course, ultimately it went through, but these were the turmoil they were going through.
Yeah.
Not knowing what is in store for the future. But after the January 31st, when the salary hit their bank account globally with no defaults, I think, and I was also visiting every office. Satyam had 9 offices in Hyderabad. Every office I went from here to there to address them in groups and groups to infuse confidence and faith and how we should not succumb to what appears to be a crisis. We can easily surmount it and overcome it.
Yeah. Your base location was Hyderabad for those 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months. In fact,
there.
yeah. In fact, the driver who was chauffeuring the car for Ramaling Raju used to drive for
okay.
Ramulu.
If you learned something new from this video, do share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel so that we can bring you the best content possible. Also, if you want to watch this entire episode, click on the link in the description box and you can go to Kushal Lodha YouTube channel and watch the entire podcast episode. Thank you so much for watching this and have an amazing day.